and it is the next element of paragraph. What is unity? Unity is one main idea. Unity is one main idea, right? I actually mean that if I'm talking about something in a positive sense, I'll not talk about it in negative sense, right? And vice versa. Or if I'm talking about A, I'll not talk about B, right? If my purpose is to defend something, I'm not going to go against it, right? Or if my purpose is to go against something, I'll not go in favor of that thing, right? So that's how you actually go for a paragraph, right? So one main idea is very much important. Most of the time, it happens that we um, we write a lot and we think that we will score very high in it, but still we score very low on our essay. Why? Because our paragraphs are not worthy. They are not um like they are not according to the proper pattern of how actually a paragraph is written, right? So in order to have a very good paragraph, you need to have unity in your paragraph, right? And by unity we mean one main idea. It should not be roaming around different ideas. It should not be addressing each and everything that comes to your mind, but it should stick to one idea, and it should roam around that one idea, not other ideas, right? So unity is very important, right? um, it should discuss one idea or one argument, right? uh, and you should not begin any new ideas in it, right? um, like, or if you think that you want to write something new, so in order to write something new you need to begin another paragraph, right? if you if you want to write something new or something if you want to write something new or something that strays from the point you have already made, go for a new paragraph, right? तो अगर आप कहते हैं कि यार मैं कुछ और भी इसमें ऐड करना चाहता हूं और वो उस आइडिया के साथ नहीं है जिसको आप ऑलरेडी डिस्कस कर रहे हो, तो फिर आपने क्या करना होगा? न्यू पैराग्राफ स्टार्ट करना होगा, ठीक है? You have to go for a new paragraph. Is the screen visible? Next element. Now, the next element is coherence. And cohesion. Coherence and cohesion. Right. Coherence and cohesion actually means flow. Flow of ideas and correct language. Yes, flow of ideas and correct language, right? So if your paragraph has both of these things, your reader will be able to understand the main idea that you have presented, right? Like your idea, how can you maintain that flow? How can you maintain that logical sequence, right? So if you if you want to present your main idea in your paragraph, so you first of all have to go for your topic sentence, and once you are done with the topic sentence, then the rest of the sentences, whatever you are writing, should build upon each other in a well organized manner, right? Um, what you can do is, once you are done with writing your paragraph, go back and read what you have written to make sure that the ideas that you have written are clearly presented, right? And if you think that they are clearly represented, then your paragraph is coherent, right? There is coherence, there is logical sequence, right? But if there is any problem, yeah, I'm coming towards correct language, then your paragraph has no coherence, right? By correct language, I mean many things, right? There should be meaningful connection, meaningful connection. There should be structural accuracy, right? There should be proper punctuation. There should be good use of collocation, right? Meaningful connection means that the words that you are using are in connection with the topic that you are discussing. हमारे पास क्या होता है कि हम एक फील्ड का वर्ड दूसरे फील्ड में पेस्ट कर देते हैं, which is very 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 wrong, right? For example, we have the word enact. Sorry, it comes with e. Enact, right? So enact actually means something that has to be implemented, or something that has to be established in a legal way, right? लेकिन मतलब उर्दू में हम इसको कह सकते हैं लगाना, right? If we say that I want to enact a photo on the wall. अब यहाँ पे आपने जो enact word लिया है, ये आपने उस मीनिंग में लिया है जिस लाइक उर्दू में हम कहते हैं किसी चीज को लगाना, चस्पा करना, किसी चीज को नाफिस करना, right? But you see, the connection doesn't make sense here, right? So ये meaningful connection नहीं है, right? So this will be a mistake, right? So you need to have a meaningful connection, right? Structural accuracy. आपके स्ट्रक्चर्स बिल्कुल सही होने चाहिए, ठीक है? स्ट्रक्चर्स में किसी किस्म का प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए. By structure we mean like proper use of grammar, right? आपका जो grammar का use है वो proper होना चाहिए. If the grammar use is wrong, things will be problematic, right? So in order to avoid problems, you need to have pretty much proper structure, accurate structure, right? Okay. Um, there should be subject-verb agreement. The most important thing. Subject-verb agreement. Pronoun antecedent agreement. Tense sequence. By subject-verb agreement, we mean if there is a plural subject, there should be a plural verb. If there is a singular subject, there should be a singular verb. Right? For example, if I say he, so with he I have to use a singular verb because our subject is singular. He is singular, right? So I have to use a singular verb here, not the plural verb, right? So this is what we call subject-verb agreement, and this is not that easy. अब ये जो example मैंने आपको दी है, this is quite easy for everyone who knows English slightly. But there are many other cases where we make problems with subject-verb agreement, right? Like I give you one example. If you have all of the chicken is overcooked. All of the chicken are overcooked or all of the chicken is overcooked? Type the answer. So some of you say is and the rest of you say are, right? So this is the subject-verb agreement problem, right? So if you have all of and then you have a singular noun, so you have to use a singular verb. And if you have all of and you have plural noun, so you have to use a plural verb. For example, all the books are torn out. All of the books are torn out, right? Now, if you see all of the books, now we have got a plural noun, right? So we have to use a plural verb. And if you have a singular noun, you have to use a singular verb, right? This is very important, right? We use each for two, right? Each man, let me make it more clearer. There are two men. Each man have beard. There are two men. Each man has or have beard. And second is each of them as have beard. Yes, there are two men. Each man has beard or have beard. Each man has beard, right? Because when we look at the word each, so it refers to two people individually, right? Individually. अगर हम each की जगह both लिख दें, तो both उनको collectively लेता है, each उनको अलग अलग से लेता है. For example, मैं कहता हूँ कि दो आदमी हैं और दोनों की दाढ़ी है, तो ये मैंने इकट्ठा लिया. अगर मैं कहूँ कि दो आदमी हैं और हर एक की दाढ़ी है, तो अब हर एक को मैंने अलग अलग लिया. Does it make sense to you? Okay. Look at the second statement. Each of them has beard or has beard. अब देखिए यही प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है. ईच जो है वो हमेशा दो चीजों को अलग अलग शो करता है, तो इसके साथ जब भी आप वर्ब यूज करेंगे सिंगुलर यूज करेंगे, तो चाहे वो ईच मैन हो या ईच ऑफ द मैन हो, दोनों केसेस में आप सिंगुलर वर्ब यूज करेंगे, ठीक है. सो ईच ऑफ देम हैज बियर्ड, नॉट हैव बियर्ड. डज इट मेक सेंस? Pronoun antecedent agreement. अब हमारे पास क्या होता है कि हम अक्सर ये बहुत बड़ी गलती हम करते हैं. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं. मैं कहता हूं there are many co-idiots who think that COVID-19 is a hoax. Who is the right answer? Right? There are many co-idiots who think that COVID-19 is a hoax. In the same manner, this is what we call pronoun antecedent agreement. ठीक है. अब ये जो pronoun है, इससे पहले जो noun है co-idiots, right? So it talks about people, human, right? So when we talk about human, we use who for them when we refer to them, right? I give you another example. The people Desh believe that online classes are useless are those Desh have never attended face-to-face classes prior to the lockdown. Ji. The people who, good. The people who believe that online classes are useless are those who have never or which have never. Yes, are those who have never, right? So the pronoun antecedent agreement is extremely important, right? This is the place Desh used to study. This is the place Desh we used to study. What should I use here? Where? This is the place where we used to study, right? This is the place where we used to study, right? So when you talk about people, you use who. When you talk about places, you use where, right? Not which. So this is the place. Technically, you are also right, because this is the place which we used to study, means place was sort of a topic or sort of a subject or sort of something that we used to study. But if you look at the nature, so it doesn't make sense here, right? So this is a place where we used to study is your right answer, right? And there are many other mistakes in pronoun antecedent agreement, I hope you will overcome them, right? Okay, Ji. Then we have tense sequence. By tense sequence, we mean that if you are using tense, you should use them properly, right? अब आप बच्चे तो है नहीं कि आपको फिर से tenses पढ़ाए जाए, because you have all studied these tenses, this grammar for mostly for 10 years, right? So I hope you know how you use tense and what are the possible structures. So, for example, you are saying that there are a few cases of COVID-19 in our area, but their family members are their family members were hiding them. Right now, you see. So yes, okay. There are few cases of COVID-19 in our area, but their family members were hiding them. What's the mistake? Yes, where is the mistake? Right? Where is wrong? Why it is wrong? Because it does not have the tense sequence. Here we have used are, which means that we are talking about present. And here we have used were, which means past. So you see there is no tense sequence, right? So it either has to be like this. There were a few cases, and if it is there are, so it has to be are, not were, because we are talking in present. So we should be using the proper tense sequence, right? So if there is no proper tense sequence, there is a problem. Thank you. You all have come up with the right answers. Right. Proper punctuation. Proper punctuation is also very important. I hope you people know what punctuation is. Actually the use of the signs, the use of signs like comma, full stop, semicolon, colon, apostrophe, right? These are signs, parenthesis, right? So these signs are punctuations, right? So you have to properly use them. So if you don't use them properly, you can make something very much ambiguous, right? Okay? For example, if you say, let's eat. Let's eat apple. What does it mean? Let's eat apple. Let's eat apple means चलो सेब खाते हैं, ठीक है? But is let's eat when you add this apostrophe with let, it becomes let us, right? Okay, so when you are asking someone to join you, you use let us, right? Yes. So let's eat apple and let's eat Lisa. Now you see, let's eat apple means chalo seb khate hain. And when you say let's eat Lisa, what does it mean? Lisa ko khate hain, which is which is very dangerous thing, right? So what you need to do in order to make this sentence make sense, you need to use punctuation, right? So punctuation will help us clarify the meaning of the sentence, right? So what should I add here to make this sentence logically correct? Comma and Lisa. That's it, Lisa, right? Exactly, yes. Amna and Hazrat Bilal, you're right. Okay, so proper punctuations are very important, right? So if you lack command over punctuation, you can make troubles, right? Horrible troubles. Hoodie. And then we have good use of collocation. So by good use of collocation, we actually mean that if you are writing two words, so they have to be in connection, right? They have to be in connection. Right? अब collocation क्या होते हैं? Collocation is actually, like, if you look at the word collocation, by co you mean two, and location means where two things are located, right? तो आपकी जो दो locations है वो बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, ठीक है? The school ought to dash the fee during lockdown. Remove, eliminate, stop. What should I use here? Or is there any other word? Is there any other word? Wave. So I hope this thing is going to help you, right? So आपने proper collocation use करनी है, ठीक है? कि कौन सी चीज कहाँ पे use होती है. अगर मैं आपको कहूँ कि thanks for your dash response, what should I use here? Now, what should I use here? Thanks for your quick response. Thanks for your fast response. Thanks for your prompt response. What should I use here? Thanks for your quick, fast, or prompt response. No, it's prompt, right? Thanks for your prompt response, right? So this is how you actually is used for any kind of response, right? Whether it is a reply, it's an answer, right? Okay. If there is one more example, and then we will stop. I dash appreciate your struggle. I dash appreciate your struggle. Sorry, this I is not capitalized. I dash appreciate your struggle. I deeply thoroughly what? See, both deeply and thoroughly are wrong with appreciate, right? So I greatly appreciate your struggles. Does it make sense? Highly and profoundly are also right, yes. Okay, So dear students, you need to be very much careful and technical while using the language.